It was a regular Friday night, and my parents were out of town for the weekend. I was excited about having the house all to myself, a chance to unwind, watch movies, and just enjoy some solitude. Little did I know, the night would take a sinister turn that would stay with me forever. As darkness fell, I settled into the living room, ready to binge watch some scary movies. The house was quiet, the only sounds being the flickering TV and the occasional creaks that old houses make. I felt a slight unease, typical of being home alone, but I shrugged it off as my overactive imagination. As the movie played on, I began to notice something odd. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of movement, a shadow that seemed to flicker across the room. I brushed it off as a trick of the light, attributing it to the horror movie's effect on my nerves. But then, I heard a faint whisper, barely audible, as if carried by the wind. I paused the movie and strained to listen. To my horror, I heard a voice, distant yet eerily clear. It was a woman's voice, soft and pleading. "Help!" The word hung in the air, sending shivers down my spine. My heart raced as I tried to locate the source of the voice. It seemed to be coming from upstairs. I couldn't ignore it. I ventured up the stairs, my footsteps echoing in the empty hallway. The voice grew louder, more desperate. "Help! Over here!" My palms were sweaty as I followed the sound, a sense of dread gnawing at me. The voice seemed to lead me to my parents' bedroom. I hesitated outside the door, my hand trembling as I reached for the doorknob. With a deep breath, I pushed the door open. The room was dark, illuminated only by the faint glow of the moon. And there, in the corner, stood a figure, a woman, her face obscured by shadows. Her voice, both haunting and imploring, resonated in the room. I gathered my courage and switched on the lights. What I saw will forever be etched in my memory. The woman was real, her eyes wide and vacant. She was dressed in tattered clothes, her appearance hinting at a tragic past. Her whispers had turned into frenzied muttering as she stared at me, her eyes empty yet pleading. I was paralyzed with fear, unsure of what to do. As her muttering grew louder and more frantic, I knew I had to leave. I backed out of the room, my heart pounding in my chest. I locked the door and ran downstairs, dialing 911. As I waited for their arrival, I could still hear her faint cries for help. The police arrived and searched the house, but when they entered my parents' room, it was empty. No woman, no traces of her presence. I felt a chill down my spine. Had it all been my imagination? Or had I encountered something otherworldly, something beyond comprehension? Even though the woman was nowhere to be found, the experience left me shaken to my core. To this day, I wonder if I truly encountered a lost soul or if it was a manifestation of my own fears. Home Alone will never be the same for me, and that night remains a haunting memory etched in the depths of my mind.